Hey everyone, Splineapple here with a very special Firo Frontier informational bulletin. Today, we're going to be discussing the attack on our brand new Lelantus protocol that occurred just a few weeks ago. Before we begin, I just want to say that no funds are at risk, and we are set to reactivate Lelantus very soon. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Early February, an unknown attacker utilized Firo's Lelantus privacy protocol to forge fake proofs in an attempt to generate new coins, which led to abnormalities in the system. The Firo team swiftly noticed this, and they used their emergency switch functionality to temporarily disable Lelantus until the situation could be resolved. If you're new around here, allow me to briefly define the emergency switch functionality. Basically, the community voted for Firo's development team to have a kill switch on the Lelantus protocol for 1 year. They did this because with the revolutionary nature of Lelantus, even with audits, it's possible that an attack was overlooked and the switch allowed the team to mitigate damage while resolving the issue. This is a centralization trade-off, but please note a few things. 1. The kill switch is temporary and is set to expire after 1 year from Lelantus activation, after which they will not have this power. 2. In hindsight, this decision allowed the team to quickly address the problem. With Lelantus temporarily disabled, the attacker is no longer able to use this or any other attack while work is being done to fix the problem. So, what happened? I mean, wasn't Lelantus audited before we deployed it onto the main net? Well, yeah, it was. And we did that with some of the best companies in the space, in both our cryptographic library and the math behind it. However, in the process of translating the math into the code, some things were overlooked. With bleeding edge technology comes risk, and different people that we've hired after disabling Lelantus have caught these different issues. I know an issue sounds very vague, so allow me to briefly describe the attack. The attacker forges a spend, but in order to make it seem legit, he time travels back a bit to set up the necessary events. More specifically, the attacker starts constructing the first proof. Halfway through though, he stops and starts making a different proof. Upon completing the second one, he goes back and edits the first proof, doing the necessary back calculation to make both proofs work together to make the math check out. The math in question is making the serial numbers balance to fool the verifier. If done properly, the attacker can duplicate his funds, making this a double spending attack. If that was a little hard to follow, this might help. A normal commitment in the protocol looks like somebody saying, I have this list of ingredients. I will use them to make this specific dish. And then the verifiers ensure that the ingredients were indeed used. The flaw in the implementation allowed the attacker to announce the dish he was making first, but then retroactively find the ingredients after his declaration. I hope that helped elaborate the situation a little. Please be patient as we'll have a more formal presentation of the attack soon in some form. So with all that in mind, what's being done? And when will Lelantus come back online? To the first question, earlier in the video I alluded to the fact that we have many different parties working behind the scenes to iron out any further issues. Among them are Trail of Bits, who did the initial audit, and Dr. Sarang Noether, who has done work with the Monero Research Lab in the past. They join our resident cryptographer Adam and top-notch development team in the task of bringing Lelantus back to you all as soon as possible. To answer the second question, we have actually done all the necessary fixes. We're just taking the opportunity to add several other additions to further bolster safety. We will be releasing binary sometime next week and activating a week after. I hope that this update has answered a few questions that anyone might have had regarding this incident. The Firo team takes privacy very seriously, and we want to make sure that everyone is secure using this coin, which belongs to us all. For more information, I would strongly recommend checking the Firo forum for this and everything else Firo. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for more of the Firo Frontier and, of course, more about Firo. This is Splineapple, signing off.